Frank Skinner on Absolute Radio. Absolute Radio.
1 for the podcast intro, 2 for the morning sun, 3 for the man who stands his round. Welcome to the Frank Skinner Absolute Radio podcast. I'm here with Emily and Gareth.
Hello.
Hello. And the show's on its way, and we just thought we'd give you a little preamble so you know what you're going to get. Sarah Millican is our special guest. She was funny.
Oh, she was great.
She's lovely.
She's
nice.
Ooh,
lovely. And
I don't normally like the Geordie accent, but I liked it on her.
Oh, you don't normally like it?
No, I don't. I have a bit of a phobia about it. But I
Did you used to clean toilets in the nightclub?
I don't think she cleaned toilets, that woman. She used to. Actually, Emily will know her name almost.
Sophie Omagokpu.
Yeah, I just knew. I think she's one of those that handed out extra strong mints.
Oh, yeah, I don't like that when there's a man down there waiting for you.
No, I don't. I don't want a mint after I've urinated. I don't feel the need. I feel I've already steamed myself.
I like it. A lollipop and a spray of perfume, nothing wrong with that.
No, I really don't. I just want, when I'm in the toilet, I want to get
pound,
out.
Though. What about when you don't have the pound and then there's the big dance and I can't bear it.
I don't remember the big dance. But that's interesting. I'd like to. What do they do? Some modern ballet.
So you can just slow dance with them instead of the pound. Is that what
But
it
you
is?
want to do that after the toilet?
No, I meant the dance around the exchange of the money. You knew why.
No, I don't. I don't like that. I don't like the idea that those people are down in the toilet all night for a start off. I think that just seems wrong. And I also don't want to give them any money.
Yeah, no, that's also my main concern.
I also feel I'm being watched by them, and I don't like being watched when I'm at the urinal. I feel that they're getting ready, they're getting poised, they're already they're raising an aftershave bottle, and not that I shave in the toilet, almost never. But no, I'm against it. And luckily, most of the places I go don't have it. But I know your posh clubs go for it. Am I right, Em?
Oh, yeah.
Do you normally give them a pound?
No.
Good. I give them helpful advice. That's what I give them.
What like?
Well, like, for example, you can spend your whole life trying to be popular, but the size of the crowd at your funeral will still be largely dictated by the weather.
That's good.
And they say, do you want a napkin? I say, no, it's fine. I just
don't
let it dry
know
naturally.
What Sophie Omagokpu would think of that advice.
Well, yeah,
I'll
I think
try
she'd say, that's all very well, but where's my pound? And then I'd have to hit her.
Praise is like perfume. Sniff it, but don't drink it.
Oh.
That's good advice.
Yeah, but then you see, what would happen then is that she'd think you were asking for perfume.
Yeah,
Not
no,
she,
it's
there
true.
wouldn't be a she in there. Anyway, so it wasn't in any way staged in a toilet, the show.
No.
And I don't want anyone to think that it is because of that intro. But,
But Sarah Millican was there.
meaning?
No, that she was in the show.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant there was some sort of toilet connection.
No.
Okay, yeah, so, Sarah Millican, Spike, as I like to call her. And she was great. And so they listen to the show, and you won't regret it.
Absolute Radio.
This is Frank Skinner on Absolute Radio with Emily, with Gareth. It's a hot news day. We've got a gold medal in the Winter Olympics. We've won a gold medal, in case you don't know, a woman called Amy Williams, who obviously, I don't know who she is, but she's won the ladies' skeleton.
Oh.
That's not the prize. That's the name of the... I wouldn't mind one of them, if it's the real one. I don't think they say the ladies anymore. That's dated me a bit. The women's. She's won the women's skeleton is what she's. The skeleton bob, I think they call it.
Oh, okay.
I like a skeleton with a bob, because I find if they have long hair, it tends to get trapped in the shoulder blades when they raise their arms. And then they start sort of squealing, and you get that horrible, completely open jaw thing. Anyway, that's... And she's apparently her twin sister watched it in the pub back home. You know, they always watch these.
Oh, that's nice.
I'd hate being her twin sister, because everyone in that pub was looking at the twin sister and thinking, so what are you doing? What, you're in a pub, and your twin sister, part of the same egg, is a gold medalist? I mean, what happened to you? What are you, the albumin of the egg, and she's the yolk? That's what's going on there.
And so what is the skeleton bob? What does it involve?
Don't call me Bob. I've told you that before. The skeleton bob is you slide down a hill on a skeleton. And
No, you
it's
don't.
the one who loses the least amount of vertebrae.
Wearing a bobbed wig.
Yeah, exactly. It's a
Skeleton
bit-
bob
yeah.
makes
The
me
woman
think of
from-
Posh Spice for some reason. I can't think why.
Oh, well.
Oh, satire.
That's such a terrible thing. So, it's a bit like the bobsleigh.
A bit like the bob.
Yeah.
But
You don't
there's
know
a
what you're
shoot.
talking about, either of
No,
you.
but I think it doesn't matter. I think if you talk about any subject long enough, you'll understand it. That's my theory. We've tried it on this show many times. And, OK, it's hit and miss. But, yes, it's like, the luge.
Mm.
Well, we know Mona Lisa that hangs in the luge. No, sorry. It's like a chute. You get on a chute and...
somewhere between the luge and the bobsleigh, but
Yeah.
for one.
There you go, that's that sorted. That's that sport. Out the way. And all you EastEnders fans will be excited because you know who's killed Archie. I mean, I
what
don't-
was that thing going on last
I
night?
don't know.
Ghastly people in some awful pub. I can watch it.
No, I think that was the twin sister watching the... No, they should have combined the two. They should have had
Yeah.
her in the Vic. No, it was live last night. They performed it live. And not only do I not care who... To be, it's been so long since I watched EastEnders. In fact, I didn't know it was still on. And not only do I not know who killed Archie, I don't know who Archie is.
Also,
So his
Frank,
death has not affected me.
it's bad enough when it's recorded. Why would I want to watch it when mistakes might happen?
Well, apparently,
I'm gonna watch it live.
a couple of people did fluff their lines.
Did they?
And-
Oh, I
and
wish I'd seen it now.
Yeah, exactly. I love the idea of all over Britain there'll be unemployed theatre actors all going, well, of course, you see, they can't do live at all. Of course, these people, they're all right with retakes. I'd love to.
How dare you speak about my mother like that?
Sorry, I did think of your mother when I said that, I must admit. Oh, so it's all happening, and Tiger Woods has done his big confession as well.
Oh, that was a bit creepy, wasn't it?
He is a bit creepy.
Yeah.
I find philanderers, generally, men who get through, like ladies' men, are a creepy breed. They are. There is something...
I know what you mean.
You have to be a little bit sinister to be a ladies' man. You have
Women
to-
love that, though.
To be
They
an
love a creepy,
adulterer.
sinister person.
women love creepy. Yeah. And,
But I think all adulterers should have to do that. Sit there with a semicircle of hate, everyone sitting around, having to answer for yourself. It's a great idea. He had to sit in that little room and everyone's staring at him.
well, even the most domestic of... I mean, just somebody from Sheffield who's committed adultery would
have to go to your local pub and everyone sits there and looks at you saying j'accuse with their arms folded.
I think that's a good idea.
And
as
it should be broadcast on international TV.
Well, no, that'd get dull, wouldn't it? I mean, imagine how many people there are out there.
Yeah.
Listening to this show now, if you're listening with a partner, I'd say the chances that partner is currently having an affair is about... It's got to be 20%.
20%.
Why don't you have a chat about it while we play this?
Absolute Radio.
Listen to this. This is the newspaper. It's about Tiger Woods' confession. There's a bit I said when he said, I do plan to return to golf one day. I don't know when that day will be. I don't rule out it'll be this year. I felt there should be another couple of sentences that said, actually, I'm in a thing next week. In fact, actually, I've got to go now. I'm teeing off in 10 minutes.
I like that he pointed out that his wife wasn't to blame. Yeah, funny that, because we never thought she was.
Yeah, I'll just say she never hit me. Can I make that
Yeah.
clear? She's never hit me. She's been completely decent through the whole thing.
Yeah.
Actually, we didn't come here to think, oh, that poor Tiger Woods has been hit by his wife.
I wish I'd been sat in that semicircle. I'd have had a few things to say. Now, listen, we've had a text in, Frank. Samantha is in Philadelphia.
Samantha. There isn't a song called that, but if there was, it would go like that.
Well, she's in Philadelphia.
Okay.
And she says, it's 3 a.m. in America. Me and my friends are crowded around my computer trying to sober up prior to bed. She's made it sound a bit sleazy now. I'm going to school in America and have forced all my friends to listen to you. Now it's become ritual on Friday nights after coming back from the pub to listen to you until 5 a.m. Isn't that cool?
Marvellous. I can hear the clink of orthodontic braces as they laugh. Oh, lovely.
Are they having a frat party?
I'm seeing pigtails. I'm seeing those college jerseys, you know.
Yeah.
I'm seeing pig iron. I'm seeing all. Yeah. How marvellous.
There might be some jock men there. I like
There
jocks.
won't be any jock men there.
Oh.
I don't think it's that kind of frat house. Now, you see, I don't know what a frat house is, but now I've been and said it on radio. I imagine a frat house is somewhere you go and get frat.
Well,
You got any frat? Well, do you want the large or the small?
the more we talk about it, the more I feel we're coming to understand it.
Yeah, exactly, again. You see, all you got to do in life is talk things through. Well, that's lovely. I love the idea of pretty young women
Yeah.
listening to this in the middle of the night.
Maybe they should have a pillow fight.
Yeah, they should have a pillow fight, and they should have a baby shower. And that's what they have, isn't it? Baby showers. Don't look at me like I've said something
Baby
wrong.
showers.
You look at me like I've said something wrong.
No, but they might wear a baby doll nighty.
They might wear baby.
During
but
their
now,
party.
now you've taken me to a place I don't want
Okay.
to go. I want to think.
Let's
of
bring
these
you
lovely young
back.
girls expanding their minds with education.
At 3 a.m. till 5 a.m.
I bet you that
Something
after this
sordid's
they all
happening there.
watch Annie the musical. That's my bet. I can see them now. Hey, hobo man. Hey, dapper Dan. You both got your style, but brother, you're never fully dressed. I'm waiting for you to join in without a smile. I'm still waiting for you to join in. Your clothes with me. I'm still waiting. yeah, that'd be great. Okay, so
We've had another text from Alistair, who was talking about the show last night and says, I love your Hamlet photo, very handsome. Oh, I know what that is.
Yes, I did a thing called The Bobble last night on BBC Two. Yeah, still getting TV work. Yeah, and yeah, they showed a picture of me from a newspaper article, and it was I think it's the best picture I've ever had taken. It was me looking slightly upward in a scarf.
It was very moody. I liked that show last night. You were locked away for 3 days. I'm not saying that's why I liked it.
No, I was locked. Yeah, I was locked away. Well, it turned out to be 4 days really, and it's very odd being completely away from the world for 4 days. And I'll tell you what I did. This is, you know, when you get the idea you've got some time, some spare time, like I know it never really happens in life. I thought I'll use it constructively, and I could still scarcely believe I did this. But I was in my room on my own, and I thought, you know, I've got a bit of time on my hands. I'm going to have a crack at levitation.
Why would you do that?
Because levitating has long been, ever since I was a child, it's a thing I've fantasised about. You know, when people dream about flight, and you know that it's never with me.
No, I never dreamt about that. I dreamt about getting off with Simon Le Bon. I didn't dream about flight or levitating.
Oh, okay.
Frank Skinner on Absolute Radio. Absolute Radio.
Already the texts are flowing in on 8, 12, 15. See, I did it that time. Clever. Those of you who watch this on webcam, I can't imagine how many people. I'm guessing 4. But in case you're wondering, yes, I did do the whole dance routine to You're Never Fully Dressed Without a Smile.
You did?
From the Annie the musical during that record, and I'm not ashamed of that. I'm hoping to get through the whole album before the end of this show. Sandy, I'm going to call him Sandy. Yeah, that's that. I was thinking about the dog there, not my my girlfriend's mom.
Last time you
yeah,
checked in, you were
levitation.
levitating.
Dun-dun-dun, levitation, dun-dun-dun. This is the jingle I'm
You're very
doing
musical
live.
this morning.
I am quite musical. I don't know how that's happened. Anyway, I think it's because I'm... Oh, anyway. Yeah, so I tried levitating. I went up... I raised one foot. That much was easy. And then I went up onto the insole of the other one. And then I got right onto the toe. And for a second, I thought, if I could really believe now, I really do believe I could rise up. And I convinced myself of this. As I say, when I was a child, I used to dream about this. And I never wanted to soar above the clouds. I would have been happy just about 4 inches above the ground. I'd have been so happy with.
Were you on your own, Frank, when you were doing this?
Yes,
Was
I was
Reginald
on.
D. Hunter clattering around making an omelette or something in the kitchen?
No, neither Reg nor Victoria Corrin, who I was trapped with. Not trapped, that's not the right word. Who I was locked up with at the time. No, but it made me honestly believe that one could levitate. If I could have done with another week in there to get the other foot up. I mean, I got one foot up in the first hour.
It seems
Halfway
quite
there.
a weird thing to try, though. I mean, I'm really impressed, but that wouldn't strike me as a hobby necessarily.
Not a hobby, but it's so long been a dream. I don't know what it is about
Really?
levitation. I don't really want to go that high. I'd like to be with someone, and for them to suddenly become aware of the fact that I'm not actually touching the ground. That's what I want. I don't want fireworks. I don't want a spectacular. I want just a hint. Just me arriving and then realising that as I come down the corridor, my feet aren't moving. I'm just sort of going along as if I was on some sort of...
You see, that's what not having telly does. It drives you to do things like that.
It is interesting, because we weren't allowed to have telly there, obviously, in this house. As I said, this is for the TV programme I did last night called The Bubble. We had to be kept away from the news, so we had no internet, no newspapers, no phones, and no telly. And I'm not one of these people who thinks... I used to know some people in places like Hampstead in London, where they'd say, we don't have a television, I don't think it's good for the children. See, I once went 6 weeks without a television. I would have killed the next person who came in the house if I didn't get one. I mean, you've got to have one. It's the beginning and the end. I know, obviously, radio is better.
Yeah.
But, oh, man. So we ended up doing things like talking.
Oh.
Yeah, and we played cribbage.
Oh, what's that?
Cribbage is a card game.
Oh, I've never played that.
Yeah, and...
I don't know what I'd do without my telly, though. Because, you know, there's that book called Outliers, and it says to be an expert at something, you need about 10,000 hours of practice.
Yes.
That's how long you need to spend.
On levitation.
Well, yeah, exactly. Are you going to spend 10,000 hours doing levitating?
Well, I'm actually trying it now. None of you have picked up on it. Can you not see a slight tension in my neck muscles? Yeah, I'm just trying, just to lift up a little. I know you're looking at me suspiciously. Like when people tilt pre-wind breakage. But it's nothing to do with that. I'm heading for the stars. I'm not heading for the stars, actually. I'm heading for that second panel up on the wall. Anyway, yeah, so... but I missed out a lot. Like, I came out... When I went in to the bubble, Ashley Cole had been involved with one picture texting incident.
Oh... He's moved on a bit since then, love.
He has. Perhaps you should explain that to me, because I've completely... I thought, his mate sent some stupid thing and that was it. And then
you didn't believe that cockamamie story, did you?
I did believe that cockamamie story, yes. Yes. And I'm not going anywhere with any puns in that area.
Absolute Radio.
And maybe I'll forget how much he meant to me. Anyway... Yeah, that's a good song. So Ashley Cole. So what's occurred?
So much has been happening. Well, you may remember.
Hold on 1 second. I've had a text come in. Sorry about that, but can you hold it? It says, "Hi Frank, a girl at my work, Laura Hunter, has recently had a baby named Mia. That's right, Mia Hunter."
Honestly.
The problem is no one in the office gets the reference, so I thought it might give you a reason to play your favourite theme. You're absolutely correct, Dan from Leeds. Oh, Dan from Leeds, oh, Dan from Leeds. Stop singing, Frank. What's happened to me this morning? I'm terribly sorry I interrupted your Ashcolean, the Ashcolean Museum. Your Ashcolean Museum of Shame. That's what I interrupted. I'm sorry.
Sorry. OK, so first of all, there was Amy Walton, 22, who he went on a vodka binge with. Oh. And that was back in 2008. Then there was Sonia...
She's the hairdresser.
Yeah, that's hairdresser. Then there was Sonia Wilde, who he exchanged... There were sex texts with her.
You were going to say Lurid.
I was going to say
Lurid. I'm glad
Lurid.
you backed out of that.
Then... Well, after you went away, it emerged that he romped with Vicky Goff, 24.
It emerged that he'd romped with her. Oh, he's nothing less than a fiend.
And now it's come out that there may have been some action with Anne Corbett when he was in America. I have to say, Gareth looked at a photo of her and said, "Oh, she's very pretty." And the photo of her, I said, yeah, in 1974 she was very pretty when that photo was taken.
Yeah, it's sort of sepia.
Yeah.
So he's gone for the older lady.
And she's got a Victorian bonnet on. That looks great.
That'll be the ancient civilization section of the Ashcolean.
But surely there can't be any more women now. That must
that's absolutely out of the question. I think, in a way, I think one of the appeal of this for me is that Cheryl Tweedy, as perhaps I should start calling her, seems to have everything. She's a very beautiful woman. She can handle herself in a downstairs toilet if it comes to it, and also she sings like a bird. the corn crake is the one I'm thinking of. She sings, and she's as I say, she's very attractive. She's like, it's on one of the biggest shows in TV.
Yeah.
She seems to have everything.
She's got it all, Frank.
No, it's like the Greek tragedy or the great Shakespeareans. Like, you see your King Lears and your Othello. They're the great, powerful men. You got to. people want to see the flaw, they want to see the weakness, they want to see that there's some pain in their lives. So this now will make us love Cheryl even more.
Yeah, the fact that she falls in love with idiots.
Yeah. Well, any Chelsea fans listening, that was Gareth who said that in case there's any mistake about me. He's an England player. He's injured at the moment now, so...
Oh, that's good.
I'm very happy for him to be dragged over the... coals. Yeah. Well, it's a strange tale. Why do these people put these things in writing, in text and stuff like that? If it's all done, if it all just happens in the abstract physical world, you can deny it.
Oh, so some advice there if you're planning on cheating from Frank Skinner.
There you go. Well, I felt I've already exposed a few affairs earlier in the show. I think I've got to offer some sort of clinic now for those people who are in the midst of one. Never hold hands in the street with the other woman, because you never know who's going to come round the corner. That's my motto. You can always say, I know that was a woman I was overtaking, if you're photographed. Yeah. OK. Listening, Cass. Joke!
Absolute Radio.
Roger in Bromley, morning Frank. Cheryl is beautiful if you can ignore the big chavvy tattoo on her leg.
I think I could. What is the big chavvy tattoo?
I think most blokes could ignore it, to be honest, if they're faced with Cheryl Cole and negligee.
That's part of the joy of Cheryl Cole. It's the Prada bag with the broken wine bottle in it. You know, it's the idea.
Oh, I like that imagery.
Yeah, it's if you lived in say if your dog got over next door's garden, you were married to Cheryl Cole, and the woman come round to complain, you know that Cheryl would be very happy to go to the door and say, "Well, get on in that garden, come on, then if you fancy your child, don't you tell me, I'm telling you now." It's a bit Scottish, but she'd handle it for you, and I love that. I love occasionally she looks at Simon Cowell on that show if he says something a bit offensive, and you can see her on a North East council estate about to glass somebody, and I think that's part of her sexiness. Speaking of the North East, by the way, Sarah Millican is our guest today.
Well, she's probably here, and she's probably just heard that impression, and she's probably decided not to come on the show.
No,
now.
but I think she's a much more gentle, loving, warm person. But we're looking forward to. I'm playing this for both of them.
Thou shalt have a fishy on a little fishy. Thou shalt have a fishy when the boat comes in.
I suggest Ashley try singing that to try and smooth things over. Imagine him going really bad, like, yeah, you'll have a fishy on it. Oh, now, that's broken. You've broken that. And then what else have we got?
We've had another text in. Remember you were talking about Amy Williams, is it, who won the Bob Skeleton?
Have we had a text in on 81250?
Oh, we have.
Okay.
Now, you were talking about Amy Williams' sister, saying she'd be in the pub watching it on telly, feeling sad she didn't have a gold medal.
She was in the pub, that's a fact.
Well, Clive in Sheffield says Amy's twin being stuck in the pub means she will have missed the opportunity of taking some photos of her sister winning the skeleton. Shame. Would have been good for the family album.
See, what he's done,
Albumin.
He's taken the shared egg yolk and albumin, and he's embroidered and...
He's run with it.
That's lovely. I'm glad he did that. It's beautiful when people join in, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well done, Clive.
Not so much in Nazi Germany, but generally in life. Sorry, Gareth?
Nothing.
Hello? What happened?
I don't know.
I thought you were going to say something.
Hi, Frank. That was what I was going to say.
Hi, Gareth. Anyway.
Hi.
No, we've got a text from Roy Alsop. It says, "Hi, Frank. Did you work?"
I was going to say Roy Orbison. I got really.
So did I.
I got so built up there.
I got so excited.
I got a text from him and it says, "You don't take."
Hi, Frank. Did you work at Normid in Cornwall Road, Smethwick, years ago? If so, I worked there. My name is Roy Alsop. How are you?
What's Normid?
Well, I didn't work there.
Oh.
Okay.
Well,
B,
to be fair, you wouldn't have remembered, Frank. You could have done all sorts. You wouldn't have remembered.
I'd have remembered the Normid. if I was down the Normid. No, I never worked there, Roy. Sorry about that.
Do you know what it is?
The Normid. It's,
You don't know.
Yeah, I do know. You know that Sigmund Freud believed that we consist of the id and the ego, and the id is our inner animalistic being, and the ego is that which controls us. So the norm id is like the normal average tastes and hungers and passions of people, converted into a small hot.
This is in Smethwick.
In Smethwick.
Right.
Yeah.
I think it's more likely to be a corner shop owned by a couple called Norman and Enid, and they've called it Normid.
That's another possibility. What do you think, Gareth?
I think it's likely to be an abbreviation of North and Midlands.
Oh.
Normid.
Well, that's this week's phone. What's Normid? I should put that on the website. I'd like to see that. Just says what's Normid, and then people can work it out from there. That'd be brilliant. I love it when we get as texts in.
Yes. No, I've got another one. Robbie Harrison.
Oh, Gareth's on a roll.
Hey.
That's a good one. I like it.
He's on a Bob
I
Skeleton
love
roll.
that he adopts the sort of person. So he goes, hi, Frank. And he was someone else there. It's brilliant.
I heard the link about Emily wanting to go on a milk float.
Oh, yeah.
Last week, that was.
I think it was from the... yes. If you would like to, it can be arranged as I have one. Robbie.
Oh, Frank, please, can I go? Oh, I really want to go on a milk float. Is it pink?
Okay, what I wanted you to do now, let's try this. I want you to just say what you would say. Say if I'm this, what's he called, this guy?
Robbie.
If I'm Robbie, right?
Yeah.
We're out on the milk float.
Oh, yeah.
Robbie Harrison.
So let's just pretend that. So, are you having a nice time, Emily?
Oh, it's rather slow, isn't it? What's going on here? Hello, Mr. Jones. Do you want your orange juice?
So that was it. That would be the
I
milk.
really want... I'll be like the Nana in Benidorm.
I asked for a milk float sound effect. I think that was the Flying Scotsman pulling into Euston. But, it's all right. It's all right. Well, I think we should do that.
Please can we
Put
arrange
Emily
that?
on a milk float.
Yeah, has he left any contact details? Don't read them
don't
out.
read them
Everyone,
out.
the whole nation will be on his milk float.
We can
No.
use the milk float to drop me at the BAFTAs. Yes, I'm going to the BAFTAs tomorrow.
On that point, I think I'd love to see you arrive. Just a milk float pull up at the end of the red carpet would be the best thing that's ever happened.
Do you be go.
Sarah Millican is our guest today. She'll be in shortly.
Thou shalt have a fishy, thou shalt have a fishy when the boat comes in.
Oh, with no regional stereotyping on this show. We shall have a little fishy on a dishy waiting for her when she comes in. Yeah, I'm thinking of some sort of sprat. We'll see how it goes.
Do you know what? You know that thing where you... I did a gig in Aberdeen this week.
Did you?
And we arrived on the train and got
When
off
you
the
say we, do you have an entourage?
He has an assistant.
I was supporting Rod Gilbert for a
okay.
couple of nights on, so it was me and him.
Okay.
And when he got off the train, Aberdeen smells of fish.
It's not actually a port, is it?
Yeah, I think it's by the sea.
Is
Oh.
it? Okay.
I think it is. And what you realised straight away was...
That's Scotland, isn't it?
Yes, in Scotland. You have to remember this, because we're going to not be able to smell this after a while. But this is what everywhere smells like here.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? When the smell just overtakes you.
Yeah, I don't associate Aberdeen with fish
No.
at all. I associate it with granite.
Well, we couldn't smell
Well, I
granite.
don't know what granite smells, I'll be honest with you.
What's that smell? Can't put my finger on it.
Yeah, exactly.
Also, right, I was walking through a door. I walked through a door in
I
Aberdeen.
love this. Is a great anecdote.
Oh, what, in a David Copperfield type way?
Well, no, someone had opened it. But
Oh, okay.
I was having a bad day. It was raining. I was freezing cold. I was trudging around by myself.
Oh.
Rod had gone to
He
his
smelt
hotel.
He smelt of fish.
Wouldn't let me in.
Oh.
Yeah.
I walked through a door, and what I hadn't realised is there was a man there, and he'd opened the door for me.
Okay.
But I hadn't realised he'd done that. So I just walked through, and he said, "Oh, don't say thank you."
Oh.
And so did a nice thing for someone, but then because I didn't say thank you, did something incredibly rude by breaking,
The social contract.
Yeah,
Well,
breaking
can
the
I
social
say-
contract.
What I call the social contract.
I'm in a
don't do-
tricky situation here because I'm with the unnamed fishy Scotsman.
Frank, so am I. I'm
Yeah.
with the man.
I
don't
think,
believe
if
it.
because I have a thing, if I open the door for someone and they don't say thank you, I say, oh, don't mention it. Oh, you didn't. And I went into my flats, and I live in quite nice flats, I'm not ashamed to admit that. And there's some quite posh people living there, and of course posh people, they're used to having the door held open for them by footmen and things like that. So I held the door open for this bloke, and I
And
didn't
they
like...
assume you're the doorman.
Yeah, I think they do.
Do you wear your little sort of hat?
No, I was wearing a tan leather bomber jacket and a red dicky bow and saying you can't come in here wearing that. I was a Birmingham doorman more than a... So I said to this bloke, I said that, oh, don't mention it, oh, you didn't. And he said, what?
Oh, he rumbled you.
And I said, I expected you to say... thank you when I opened the door. And we got into the lift together.
It was a proper full-blown incident.
And he said to me, Yeah, I'm not really used to people giving me advice on my manners.
He didn't say that.
Yeah. And I said, no.
I want to shake his
and
hand.
I said, no, I guessed that.
Oh!
And we were in a lift. I thought we were going to
What
have a fight.
floor were you on by that
We're going to have a fight in a lift. I mean, that'd be terrible. Imagine a lift, getting into a lift, there's two blokes having a fight about manners.
Excuse me, we've been having this fight for a while, if you could just...
But he got out and he got it with a very sarcastic, right, well, good night then. And I said, yeah.
No, I'm fully on his side, because I was like...
You're on that bloke's side?
Yes, because, like, what's worse?
I can't believe that.
You doing something nice for someone and not getting a thank you, or, like, invading their space and questioning how they live their life and calling them up on their actions.
Well, no,
I'm now going to answer that question.
Okay.
What you did was worse.
Oh.
What you did was worse.
I disagree. And
Well-
I don't know what we're going to do about this.
Well, let me...
Should we go in the lift?
Not only are you fired, but you're going to have to open the door for yourself as you leave.
You'll have to escort yourself out the building.
No, I think it's completely unacceptable.
I am with you, Frank, I have to say. I mean, I don't come out with the bon mot like you. I just go, thank you, in that really nasty, shrill tone of voice.
Yeah, but you do that when you are genuinely grateful. I find the only voice you really have is the Wicked Witch of the West.
Frank Skinner on Absolute Radio. Absolute Radio.
We have been joined by Sarah Millican in the studio. Good morning, Sarah.
Hello, how are you?
I'm all right. Have you forgiven me for when the boat comes in?
No. Just waiting for the theme music from Off Wiedersehen to come in soon. Spender.
It's such a great tune, though. Spender would have been a fabulous piece of obscurity. I'd have been particularly happy with that. So, we were just in the middle of a politeness
A heated debate.
Yes.
What's your view? You heard that about?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I think you're right, and I think Gareth's wrong. I think Gareth's
Okay,
not
that's
only
not
wrong.
right. Okay, moving on.
I think Gareth's bonkers as well. He's not just wrong; he's actually bonkers.
We have had a text in as well.
Really?
From a postman called Matt in Kingston. He says, hey, Frank, I'm a postie, and when I say good morning and the person blanks me, I carry on, and I say, oh, morning, postie, isn't it cold?
I like that. I tell you what I like about that is he's adopted the fact that everyone would call him Posty, which is lovely.
Bless him.
Well, I'm with him. I'm with Posty on that one.
Yeah.
I imagine you're a very polite person, Sarah.
I can get angry though if people don't like. If I was to hold the door open for you, Gareth, and you didn't say thank you, then I would just shout "You're welcome," and then sometimes it prompts people into saying thank you. I mean, same in the car. Whenever I flash anybody in, if they don't say, I sometimes do that wave to say "You're welcome" when they haven't waved to say thank you, and it prompts people into doing it. So it's like I'm forcing people to be polite.
Yeah,
like that.
sarcasm is your weapon.
It is. It's road sarcasm, not road rage.
So, Sarah, we should begin by saying that you're about to go on tour.
Oh yes, in October. It's ages away. It's not.
Oh, sorry. So, what are you plugging today? I've lost.
Radio show.
Oh, sorry. I've started.
Go on, Frank.
Oh, I've started plugging the wrong thing. How embarrassing! I apologise profoundly, of course.
That's right.
Otherwise, you'll go. Oh, sorry, Sarah. Yeah. So your radio show is on Radio 4.
Yes, it started on Thursday night.
Could you explain it to us briefly?
No.
Oh.
Well,
okay.
Don't even open-ended on a question like that. Yes, it's just, it's comedy, obviously, and I solve people's problems. So we have people in the audience, and we have like a theme of the week, or two problems that we discuss in the week. But also, it is scripted and actors and things, so it's not just down to just the audience, because that's too scary if it's just the audience. 'Cause then it may be rubbish, because sometimes audiences are really, got loads of stories, and sometimes they haven't. So we haven't relied totally on that.
That is true.
We have scripted some stuff.
Yeah.
But it went really well, and it's been really well received on Thursday night, so that's nice.
Are
Good.
you the sort of person who friends go to with their
Yes.
problems?
And I think it's because I've just got loads of problems.
Oh, right.
She's done that. Let's go to her. I think that's all it is.
So it's a Coles to Newcastle sort of approach.
Pretty much, yeah.
Oh, okay.
No, I am. I think I'm quite sort of sensible. To the point of dull sometimes.
Well, that's what you want from an advisor, isn't it? Sensible to the point of dull.
Well, yeah, they don't have to take the advice, but they can listen to it.
So I should point out, I think, Emily, are you ready to applaud? Because we have not one, but 2 Chortle Award nominees in the studio
High
today.
five.
So there you go. What about that? So Gareth's been nominated for...
Best Newcomer.
Yes.
Most impolite comedian.
Yeah, he's the only one to get the award without saying thank you to anyone. And what are you nominated for, Sarah?
Best headliner.
Oh, well, that's better, isn't it?
Yeah, clearly. And I'll be polite, so...
Yeah, there you go. You see, politeness in the end reaps its reward.
How exciting. Will there be some sort of award ceremony I can wear a dress to?
You can go if you like, but I'll not be there because I'm in Australia. So you could go in my place and collect if I win, if you want.
Oh, yeah, I'll do that.
Okay,
That'll
cool.
be great.
You can maybe go in my place as well, because I think I'm in Oldham
Oh.
Yeah, what, for fun or for work?
for work.
Okay.
yeah.
Do you know the way to Oldham? Answers on a text message.
Absolute Radio.
Sarah Millican is our guest this morning, and she's solving the nation's problems.
Apparently so. Oh,
The
God.
texts have been coming thick and fast for Sarah.
Mainly thick, I'm guessing. Go on, fire away.
We've had a lovely one in from Florence. Hi, Sarah. I'm a big fan of yours. Hope to see you live soon. My problem is that I have to go for dinner with my boyfriend's best friend and his girlfriend next week, and I don't like her at all. She's very rude and has no manners. I can't get out of it, but I don't know how to survive the experience. Can you help, Florence?
I think if there's two other people there, so she's got a boyfriend there and
Yeah.
a boyfriend's best friend there,
Yeah.
she could totally get away with not even talking to the girl. What do you
Oh,
think?
that's good.
Just occasionally
This is the
smile
woman
at
who
her.
championed politeness a little earlier in the show.
No, but if she's rude, if the friend is rude, if the best friend's girlfriend is rude,
Yeah.
she doesn't deserve to be spoken to.
But is this other woman, is she an ex of the bloke, or is she just a friend?
Oh, no,
You're
you're
making
bringing
it,
those
yeah.
complications into it.
Because I often find the best friend wants to be the girlfriend, don't they?
Well,
What do you
the
think?
best friend is a bloke in this scenario.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh,
Well,
you
but
see,
he's gay.
you've been reading...
I think I've established the fact that he's gay, and that's
gay.
where the whole tension
Sounds
has
like you've
come
been
from.
reading photo stories in The Sun, if you think that's complicated,
Is the writing in those?
apparently.
I haven't noticed that. Oh, that's...
And Chris in Derby says, does Sarah know if there's any book that can translate teenage grunts into words that we can all understand? So communicating with teenagers. What do you recommend?
Well, I don't have children, so I'm probably not the best person to ask for that, but
Do
I
you
would
go out
just
with very young men ever?
have done.
Well, that would help.
Well, yeah.
Did
but
they grunt?
Good on
Yeah, they
you.
did a lot. So I don't think I need a translator, though.
Can I give that a little round of applause?
Thank you very much. I think you just need to ignore them till they talk properly, don't you?
Well, that'd do me. Well, that's lovely. So you mentioned... can I know I don't want to put you on the spot, but it says
But
on
you're
my...
going to anyway.
Yes, it says my list of things about Sarah Millican. She can do a good honking car horn.
Do you want to hear it? Is that what it says? Is
Yeah.
that on, like, my CV?
That's
awesome.
basically it.
It's actually the only thing I can do, yes.
It just says that, and the fact you're on to plug your tour in October.
Okay, are you ready?
Okay.
Oh, that's brilliant.
That is good.
Thank you.
One
Yes.
more time.
But my friend bought me a bike horn for no reason whatsoever, and I used to squeeze it in. Whenever anybody said something funny around us and I couldn't be bothered to respond, I would just back at them, and then I thought, well, this is no good, because I'm going to have to carry this with us. So instead I just learned how to do it over months. Just practiced in the house on my own. That sounds quite tragic
Have
now.
you ever tried levitation?
No. Do you think that's the next step?
I think
is
it can.
that what happened with David Copperfield? He started off just doing a car horn noise, a bike horn, and then he started levitating.
Well, I think what he... You know, when I noticed when you did the car horn, you
I
actually
had to
reached
do
and
that.
squeezed it.
Yes.
Well, I think that David Copperfield's was set a little higher than yours. And as he reached up to squeeze it, he suddenly noticed he was 3 feet from the floor.
Wow, that must have been a good day.
That could have happened to anyone. So, you're off to Australia soon.
Yes, in the middle of March.
Have you
for
done for the Melbourne Festival?
Yes.
Are you a fan of Australia?
Yes, I went there last year and did the festival for the first time, and it went really well, and it was fun. I was a bit annoyed that I couldn't cuddle a koala. I'd been told that this was almost obligatory when you step into the country, but in the state of Victoria, it's not allowed. You're allowed to look at them, but you're not allowed to cuddle them. So I'm going to have to go out of the state because I just really want to cuddle a koala.
Well, I have to say, when I was there, they told me this, and we went to this place where there was koalas, and I said to the guy, look, you know, I'd really love to cuddle a koala, and he said, oh, well, you know, the thing is, mate, so they've all got chlamydia.
Oh,
And I said, that's lucky, so have I. So we got nothing to lose. And I got to hold and I've got the picture. I'm wearing an England football shirt, and the black claws of the koala are just hooked on the slightly raised badge. He's just getting a bit of purchase on the England badge. It's a great...
Was it nice and furry?
It was a bit coarse.
Oh.
Yeah, they're supposed to smell quite bad as well, but I don't mind. I've had boyfriends, it's fine.
Well, it was.
Right,
They
exactly.
smell of eucalyptus because they eat.
Oh, well, so keep your sinuses clear.
Exactly. Yeah, it's a
the
bit
main
like it's a
thing.
bit like hogging an old age pensioner who's been on the Hall's mentholyptus lozenges.
Absolute Radio.
We've had a bit of a. You've
Yeah.
created a storm. Is what
Yeah.
you've done.
Melanie has texted in. Manners are a common courtesy, and if someone hasn't got them, it shows a complete disregard for their fellow man and a high degree of selfishness. Is Gareth the sort of person that won't hold a door open for someone? Thanks, Melanie.
Right, I'm being misrepresented. Well, let me just read this one in response. Frank, seems you only open doors to garner praise.
Oh.
Not to be polite. Are your manners any more sincere than someone whose lack of thanks might be a mere lapse?
I like that. I must say, I must like Garner praise. It's not often. I don't. That's the first word, Garner.
James
First
Garner,
time
you
I
don't
like-
hear that often.
James Garner, how marvellous. Yeah. Rockford Files, ladies and gentlemen, in case you're all coming, oh, what was that great tune? Yeah, well, no, it has. It's caused a storm.
No, I say thank you to people. If I saw the man holding it, I would have said thank you. But it was his attack after I, didn't see him there. That,
Okay, let it go.
Seemed
Just
worse.
sometimes you have to think, I've lost, I'll
I've
move
been
on.
painted as some sort of monster.
I like the fact that Tiger Woods is prepared to apologise for all the terrible things he's done, but Gareth is fighting this. He's fighting it. By the way, if you like this show, people do. Don't look surprised like that. People
We've
do.
got fans in Philadelphia, PA and
We've
Germany.
got fans in Philadelphia, PA. Philly fans. We've got Phillies in Philly. That's what we've got. I'm imagining them now in cottage cheese, but of course that would be wrong. Yeah. I've been to Philadelphia. I've seen the Liberty Bell. I've played at the Veterans Stadium. I played softball in a team that was captained by Bill Cosby. How was about that then? My Jimmy Savile impression needs a bit of work, I think we do. We do a midweek podcast, by the way. This show goes out as a podcast, but on Wednesdays we put out a podcast of stuff that's completely different material that's not anywhere else available other than on that podcast. Original material, that's what we're calling it. So listen to that. And when you're doing that on the internet, I suggest you also go onto the Chortle website and vote for Gareth Richards as the best newcomer of
Oh
the
yeah,
year.
I'm going to do that.
Well,
Yeah.
they should look at the candidates and decide who they think is, they want to vote for.
Yeah, okay,
Sarah
then don't
Millican
vote.
as well.
Because obviously you should
don't-
definitely vote for Sarah Millican, 'cause if you vote for Sarah Millican, you're going to thank you. That's the big
Oh, for
difference.
goodness sake!
So I'm off to, after this, I'm going to go to the BBC in London, and I'm going to be a judge on Let's Dance for Sport Relief.
Oh, how exciting! I'm only going to the BAFTAs tomorrow. Anyway, talk about sport relief.
Listen, mine's for charity. Yeah, so I have to watch celebrities and newsreaders and that dance. And it's a bit tricky because I'm a judge, and my favourite judges on the talent shows are the ones who are, vicious in the extreme.
Well,
But
that's
I
it.
don't know if you can do that on a charity event.
Well, I think if you get it right, Simon Cowell singers, he's mean, but he does seem to get it right, doesn't he? If you tell the truth, speak.
You've just got to tell them they nailed it. That's what they always say, isn't it?
Yeah, but what if they're...
Right.
Some of them will be rubbish to the point of
They will be.
embarrassment.
Just say 7. That's what you do if you're a judge.
Okay, I'll try that.
Or try alliteration like Arlene Phillips used to do. Just do alliteration.
Yeah,
that
but...
was filthy.
No, so once you've started with the F, you're already in trouble. I won't be doing that. No, yeah. So, I'll have to see how it goes. I mean, it's live. I could make a complete fool of myself. Let's put it that way. I'm gonna. Shall I make a big pledge now that at one point I'm gonna look to camera and go, "The sun will come out tomorrow, but your bottom dollar there." I better not do
You
that.
have to get Pig Iron in at some point.
Oh, that'd be great to get Pig Eye in. Oh, man. There'll be 4 people watching who think we get that. And the rest of the nation think that man's just had an aneurysm. Oh, well. So anyway, it's been lovely. Do tune into our midweek podcast, because otherwise people absolute snigger when we walk past them. In a snigger, in a kind of a no one listens to your midweek podcast kind of way. And I personally hate that. Good day to you.
Frank Skinner on Absolute Radio.
Absolute Radio.